after winning a Globe for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a Limited Series in The White Lotus, it's pretty hard to believe that anyone would refuse to work with Jennifer Coolidge, because she is literally a queen, but apparently there are some celebrities that do. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm counting down the top 10 celebrities who refuse to work with Jennifer Coolidge. So if you have the chance, would you work with Jennifer Coolidge? And let us know in the comments below. Coming at number 10 today, we have Colin Farrell. While Colin Farrell has earned praise for his chivalry after he was captured jumping out of his seat to offer an arm to Jennifer Coolidge as she made her way to the Golden Globe stage to accept her award, on January 10th, the Golden Globes returned after a hiatus last year, and it included what many thought to be a very heartwarming moment between two of its winners, Jennifer Coolidge and Colin Farrell. The moment took place shortly after Coolidge, who wore a black sequins Dolce & Gabbana gown to the occasion, won the Globe for Best Performance by an Actress in the Supporting Role in a Limited Series. As she made her way to the stage, you could tell that she was struggling a bit as she was walking through the crowd, so Colin rose from his seat quickly at a nearby table to offer his arm to help Jennifer ascend. The gesture appeared to be met with some gratitude from Jennifer, who said, "Oh wow, thank you," as she accepted his arm. However, he kind of seemed annoyed he had to do it. While some fans said the gesture was especially charming considering Colin offered to help Jennifer despite the presence of an individual nearby whose sole job was to help winners to the stage, the sole person was nowhere to be found while she was struggling to get to the stage, and when that person finally did offer to help Colin, he would push him out of the way so he could escort Jennifer Coolidge to the stage. Now, it's not to say that Colin would never work with Jennifer, but if the person that was actually there to help people get onto the stage did his job correctly and helped Jennifer when she needed it, Colin probably wouldn't have offered to help her to the stage in the first place. Number 9. Ana de Armas. Ana de Armas covered another magazine to promote Blonde because an Oscar nomination might be on the table for her. It would appear that she wasn't trying to get a nomination for it, as it doesn't seem like she was so impressed with her role and what it stood for. While it's clear that she fell deeply in love with Monroe's beauty, tragedy, and trauma, however, she didn't find the movie very sensational, and it's clear she doesn't like exploitive blonde roles, as she didn't find the role sensational and she found the book to be really exploitive. While Anna definitely wants to move away from these types of roles and enter into more serious roles, she's gonna want to stay away from Jennifer Coolidge in film, because Jennifer Coolidge tends to play the same exploitive blonde character as Anna did in Blonde. While many people also came out to claim that Anna's portrayal as Marilyn was legit a version of Jennifer Coolidge, if Anna wants to be taken seriously in this industry and not land in the same type roles, she's going to want to avoid Jennifer Coolidge at all cost. Why Anna definitely was into Marilyn's feelings and journey, Blonde definitely wasn't going to give Marilyn justice, and she needs to leave her knockoff version of Jennifer Coolidge alone and just be herself. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming at number 8, Naomi Watts. Back in October, Naomi Watts would open up about the hardest part of working with Jennifer Coolidge. While it wasn't as shady as it sounds, it's still worth mentioning on this list today. Back in December of 2021, you might remember Jennifer Lawrence went viral for saying it was hard working for Jonah Hill because of his improv. Well, Naomi Watts would open up about something similar when she spoke about how hard it was to keep a straight face when she was opposite to Jennifer Coolidge. Why Naomi would acknowledge that she had a deep respect for Jennifer's work. Naomi would tell Digital Spy what it was like working with Jennifer, and she would say, "I've just always admired it. And you can imagine my face when I hear that she's going to be a part of the cast, and particularly an old friend. So I know that I would have scenes with her. But every scene we shot, there's just so much surprise and discovery. She's just golden. Every time she improvs, I loved it. And when she just went off and did her own thing, the hardest part about working with Jennifer Coolidge is keeping a straight face. you know? At number 7, we have David Crane and Marta Kauffman. After Jennifer appeared on the show of Friends in 2003, she would later reveal that she found her whole experience very intimidating. The Legally Blonde actor played Phoebe and Monica's old roommate, Amanda. And while she had already made a name for herself in the scene, she would say, "I have to say, I was kind of intimidated even though I knew Lisa because she was in a comedy group. The reason behind the intimidation would be because she found everyone everyone working on the set to be very attractive. She would then later diss the set as it was very serious, and the show creators David Crane and Marta Kauffman, as well as the show's directors and creators, made the set pretty serious, and they made Jennifer feel like they didn't want to hear any of her ad-libs and just wanted her to say her lines, call it a day, and that she didn't have any room to improvise like the rest of the cast did. While she added that the cast was very funny and nice and welcoming to her, she just wished the show would have let her shape her character to what she wanted it to be. Number 6. Kevin Hart. If you ever saw the Epic movie, then you know Kevin Hart played the guy in the albino makeup playing Silas from the Da Vinci Code, and he tends to keep his role in this movie pretty quiet, and probably for a good reason. In the movie, Kevin is a whiteface as a self-flagellating albino assassin from the Da Vinci Code. He speaks only in Latin and non-lingual pitched shrieks. While Kevin's character managed to be annoying despite a very limited screen time, Kevin's role in the Epic movie tends to be one he tends to be very quiet about, and it's probably because of all the controversy his character drew up in the movie. Kevin's character Silas played the slave hitman to the White Queen, played by Jennifer Coolidge, and he would pretty much do anything for her as long as she spanked him. And he made some pretty disturbing lines along the way about that. The way Kevin was made to act while he was on set with Jennifer Coolidge is probably the main reason we don't see him star in films with Jennifer Coolidge anymore, because his role was pretty demeaning towards everything he really stands for. Number 5. Kris Kattan. Rumors of Jennifer Coolidge and Kris Kattan's romantic relationship started circulating in the early 2000s, and it would only be confirmed in 2019 when Kris's memoir, Baby Don't Hurt Me, hit the shelves. In addition to behind-the-scenes stories and hot gossip from his Saturday Night Live days, he would also admit to falling for Jennifer pretty hard when he said Jennifer Coolidge was a tall, messy, sexy, tough, charmingly crass Boston native bombshell. He would then gush, going on to describe the blonde beauty as unattainable. Yet the monkey bone actor must have done something right to catch Jennifer's eyes, as the two would soon embark on a steamy romance. Although Kris has never gone into the details about their relationship, it sounds like their relationship hit a rough patch towards the end, because in his memoir he would describe the status as deteriorating around the time he was filming A Night at the Roxbury, a movie based on his popular SNL sketch with Will Ferrell. Interestingly and alarmingly, it appears that the film might be what eventually led to his split from Jennifer, and it's probably why he refuses to star in the same movies as her, and it could be the reason behind why she was never able to get a role on SNL even after she tried her hardest to make it happen. Number 4. Lorne Michaels. By Kris Kattan's own account, he would state that while his relationship was already fraying by the time they were filming A Night at the Roxbury, Jennifer would have a small part as a police officer in the same film. But in a shocking twist, Kris would reveal that the Saturday Night Live bigwig, Lorne Michaels, pressured him into having a physical relationship with Amy Heckerling, who was at that point attached to the Direct AV Club. Kris at first was reluctant, and he would eventually give in to Lorne and enter into a consensual encounter with Amy, which would lead to the final breakup of his relationship with Jennifer. With the scores of the #MeToo horror stories flooding to media, it's interesting to note that this story didn't attract much attention. Though Kris maintains the encounter was consensual, the familiar power dynamics are present, with the actor even commenting that he was very afraid of the power Amy and Lorne wielded over his career. While Lorne has never commented on this story publicly, he has chosen not to cast Jennifer in anything or allow her to work on SNL. Number 3. Tom Mahoney. Jennifer Coolidge tends to maintain a low level of privacy in her personal life, but it's said that the star of Desperate Housewives used to be married in the past, and that she was actually married to Tom Mahoney, her long-term boyfriend. It's said that Jennifer may have married Tom, and while there have never been any signs on her social media accounts of the two actually dating, let alone getting married, that hasn't stopped fans from spreading rumors that state that the two secretly had 2 kids. But since none of this has ever been confirmed, it's safe to assume that these are just all rumors. And while Jennifer is happy with her life as being a single person right now, she doesn't seem to be interested in anyone at the moment. As for the rumors between Jennifer and Tom, it's safe to say that Tom will probably choose to refuse work with Jennifer or be in the same room as her in public so he can keep the speculation under wraps, so fans don't try to come up with any more crazy theories that might link him in his life with Jennifer. And number 2, Seann William Scott. It's been years since the raunchy teen comedy American Pie was released, and the film has since remained a classic comedy. With the film kicking off a movement for more raunchy movies aimed at young adults, one of the film's stars, Seann William Scott, doesn't think a movie like American Pie could be made now because people would be too sensitive about the film's vulgar content. Seann William Scott made a name for himself as playing Steve Stifler, and it certainly allowed him to go on into similar roles in other films that tried to walk the line of going too far in the terms of gross out comedy. While speaking to Jake's Takes, Sean said he doesn't think that there is an appetite for raunchy teen comedy like American Pie when he said, "You know, I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and I was like, you can never make American Pie these days. Some of the stuff in that movie, you would get arrested and probably go to jail for a long time if you did. I think a lot of the stuff that gave me a career. I don't see there ever being an appetite for those sorts of films again." I mean, I could be wrong. I think some of the broad comedies can be fun, but people are, it feels like, myself included, appreciate more of a witty, smart humor and good writing as opposed to just something kind of over the top. Seems like Sean is completely over his role in American Pie, and considering when we see Jennifer in a show, she gives us that queen over the top energy, we probably won't see him act with her anytime in the future. Number 1. Banks McClintock. Banks McClintock is mostly known for his lead role in Not Another Teen Movie, and he was said to be dating Jennifer Coolidge at one point. While it's rumored that Jennifer dated Banks, who is 8 years her junior after she split up with Kris Kattan, the couple allegedly dated from 2004 to 2005, and their relationship didn't really result in anything tangible, so it would eventually just vanish. Since the actress hasn't really been scared to talk about dating younger men, in 2013 she would acknowledge being in a relationship at that time. Though she did not identify her partner, we all assumed that she was talking about Banks. Jennifer would also acknowledge that she became a symbol of what young men want because of her memorable performance in American Pie, and while Banks has never starred in a movie with Jennifer, it's safe to say after she probably broke his heart, we won't see him star in a movie with her anytime soon. Well, that's it for this video, my little peaches. Until the next one, remember to stay juicy.